All right, we are live. You're going to notice in some of these episodes that I am going to be likely putting my part from the intro over my face because I'm just going to throw shade while I can. Spectrum sucks in my area now, and they don't seem like they're trying to fix it. And I'll be switching internets in a little bit. It's going to be a few weeks out, so it's going to be a few episodes before you notice it. But by the time we get to the stuff that I really, really, really want to talk about, my internet should be fixed. So we should be able to see my somewhat acceptable to look at face again in these, and it won't be super glitchy. But when it is super glitchy, I'm just going to put my picture from the intro up on here so you don't have to see how bad it looks because I'm self-conscious about these videos turn out. Anyway, Mike, go ahead.
Okay, so this is episode 10, part 2 of the Simon Get Your Shit Together arc called Who Is This Bro? Having been temporarily spared by Adine, another of the 4 divine generals, Team Gurren uses the reprieve to reassess their situation. Nia learns of Kamina's significance in Simon's erratic behavior and offers him some stinging yet honest advice, which draws the ire of an untrusting Yoko. With tension building within the team, the crew scrambles to stand by Nia's side when Adine returns to complete her stalled attack. This is the episode where I really start to not like Kitan.
Yeah.
Mostly because he's an idiot who doesn't really know what he's doing.
Yep. Yeah, you'd be very right. I love him because I know what happens later, but you're very right.
But in his defense, Nia's appearance, and because this is a direct follow-up to the previous episode, Nia's appearance and her reveal throws everything off. Now the whole crew is scrambling, trying to find answers. They want to know like who is she? Why is she on board? What does she know about our enemy? You know, all the usual stuff.
Yeah. But
it does lead to some funny moments, like the interrogation, which turns out to be a feast, apparently.
What is pissing off? Who is enemy? What is a fist? You are a pissing off person. Oh man. The fact that it just turns into her eating with Gibby and Dari at a table while everyone is wondering stuff about her, and Kitan is just getting his ass kicked by is essentially a 13-year-old girl.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, it's she is such. At this point, she is so welcome because no one knows how to deal with her, and there's no character that's even remotely like her in the show at this point.
I think that's what makes her such a breath of fresh air. Not that I wasn't loving the episodes that came before it, because I was, but she changes the DNA of the series in a good way.
Oh yeah.
When we get to the what would you change part of the show, I will have more to say about Simone.
Okay.
But that's kind of natural in a 3-part arc. The second act is always going to be the downer.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Nia, man, like just from the start, when I was like, I don't know what I'm going to think of Nia when the first time I watched this, and then the fact that the episode starts out with Nia being so mad at them because they threw out some of Simone's stuff, I was just like, Lagann is literally in a trash pile. And the fact that it leads to, why is all this stuff out here? And for no reason other than to just be stupid. They come out in their mechs to answer her question. Like, why? What? And then they had a lot of tough love. It's not often that the show gets like stupid serious, but the fact that you basically have Yoko going, He needs to get his shit together or he has no point of being here. And he needs to be the one to do it. We can't knock him out of it. And then that literally just triggers Nia going, I can. And I'm going to.
I think you're getting a little bit ahead of yourself because that's talking about the next episode, but...
Is that? Oh my gosh, yeah, it is. I'm sorry. I am so sorry.
But that's fine because I can spend some time talking about the general or the Divine King and the dynamic between the generals and Viral.
Yes.
By the way, one of my favorite things is seeing Viral like getting bitch slapped by Adine's tail.
Over and over and over. You can't even finish a conversation. That guy gets so degraded. All he ever does is try. And he gets such shit for it. Ah, man.
I tease him a lot, like in just compared to the generals, but it's kind of what makes him endearing as a I can't call him a villain because after episode 3 he loses all of his intimidation.
Yeah.
But he's still my favorite antagonist.
Yes.
Or maybe foil. Foil's a better word.
Yeah. That's a good way to do it. Okay, now I see where I got the parts and the things mixed up. The thing that I was speaking about with oh man, these parts because I've watched the show so long. I just used to watch it in the strip and not by episodes of talking about it. What I was trying to get at before was the talk on the bridge when she finally finds out who Kamina is, and like Yoko attempts to throttle her because he's just like, you don't need to be like him. You need to be you, and then she just like rings her by the shoulders, and she's like, you don't know who he is. You have no right to talk about him like that. And she's just like, you don't need to dwell on dead people. She says it in a very more Nia way, but she basically just says, you don't need to dwell on dead people. You need to be you. And then in a rare moment, Yoko goes, you're right, but we still can't just toss him away like he's trash. But this is something that comes up in this episode, which I appreciate, and it comes up in the next one. You get to hear the other part of the story that Kamina told Yoko about when they were digging. Yes. And she doesn't quite understand it now because she gets lightly cut off by Nia, and it comes in the next episode where we'll get it. But one thing I love about the show, and I say it a lot, is paying stuff off. They rarely ever put a damn thing into the dialogue unless they have it to pay off for some reason. And it's starting to show that even though Simone does not see it, that Kamina saw that the entire time he really wasn't the person getting the shit done for Team Gurren, like, ever. And that's one of the reasons why I tell you people that for people that like self-confidence and believe in yourself, this is the one, like, they get it a lot of time. Believe in yourself, make the impossible possible. This is the first time in this arc where they're like, this is the entire show, and we're going to make that the forefront. I love it.
And honestly, I don't think I've ever related to an anime protagonist more than I have Simone, because I've had talks in the past. Like I've had my Kaminas in my life. Maybe they haven't, died in battle, but there are people I've looked up to who have instilled like that confidence that deep down I know I have, but it's not always something that I'm like fully aware of.
Mm-hmm.
Or something that I'm not always completely tapping into. But man, watching this show, and this is part of the reason why I don't like seeing Simone at his lowest.
Yep.
Because it feels too real.
Yeah, it does. Because I've had the moments of like, I'm not too afraid to admit, I've had stupid stuff. Like, I've had real bad moments where I saw counseling for years where I was like, even my pets didn't like me. Like, I felt like everyone in my life hated me. So, like, the moments where he's like, oh, you're giving up on me too, when he's talking to Gurren, or I mean, Lagann, sorry. I'm just like, that, don't say crap like that. I have literally said crap like that. It's just like, I hate it, but I know why they're doing it, and I hate it.
Yep.
And yeah, it sucks because everyone is acting that way towards him because, like, we're in a life and death situation. We don't have time to be pouty, but you have a person that has every reason to feel like his life just got destroyed. And like we didn't mention it in the first episode, but when he rescues Nia and he tells her to just run, he was fully just like, I'm gonna die. And then like Nia has to snap him out of it. Do you not want to live too? Let's get out of this together. And she could tell. She knew him for 2 minutes at that point, and she could tell he was trying to end his life right there. I was just like, so much with so little. Oh, I love it. Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, that moment kind of proves that Nia's inclusion is definitely the best thing to happen to the series. She is what elevates the show from this is great and I enjoy it to this is next level.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I repeated it so many times. They don't put shit in the show unless they need to, and it's one thing I really appreciate. Oh, it's so good. But what else? We got to see a DNA again in like the same exact way. And for some odd reason, they're shocked when the water comes back up to the Gurren. I'm like, I don't know why. I'm like, a wall of water, that's impossible. I'm like, you just saw it maybe 6 hours ago. It's like, but anyway, yeah, Dine is, so I'm not screwing these episodes up. She gets, that's in this episode. When she gets up and starts bitching out Nia, it's one of my favorite redemptive moments of, like you said, how everybody casts her aside right away, and then Adine just makes her, literally says she's less important than a worm in the middle of everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's just like, bitch, you don't treat my princess that way. It's like, I care. I believe it's off Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I've had Nia for 2 minutes and I already love her and I would die for her.
Yeah, I had that thought as soon as hell, as soon as Simone opened the box, I was like, oh, so that's why she's in the opening.
Yep. She's important. And oh man, I did the stupid boy. I'm talking too much about this because this is starting to get into the shit that I really like. So go ahead.
Let's see. What can I say? Oh yeah. At the end of this episode, Simone kind of has the Aragorn with the ghost army. I get that vibe when he's running with the mechs all behind him.
Yes, and all screaming, "You don't treat Nia that way. She's a damn beautiful soul." Oh yes, that was great. With nothing, and man, it starts out as such a heroic moment that it just turns into him feeling pathetic because he couldn't help. Like,
That's literally the only thing I would change about this episode. I've loved these 3 episodes of the Simone get your shit together arc, but this is when it's that moment is when it really stings, because I don't like seeing Simone at his lowest. Yes. I like him being, as Kamina put it, not the Simone that Kamina believes in, not the Kamina that Simone believes in, the Simone that Simone believes in.
Yes, exactly.
And that will come up in the next episode verbatim.
That moment, I love it so much. So good. That lead in, that's next episode. I need to shut up. Okay, but but before we get too far, get out of this, your boy did show up for a little bit in the end there.
Oh, Oh yeah, Viral.
Yes.
That sweet, pathetic loser.
Just to get bitch slapped again for doing his damn job.
Yep.
This is a point where it's just like, I feel is almost as bad for you as I do for our team at points. Because it's like, it's not even that you hate humans. It's that you're doing your job. You're just trying to be a soldier and you can't get shit for it. Oh, man. Oh,
he's like he's the Daffy Duck of the Beastmen.
He very much is. He very much is. And there's something I have to add, and I can't give the full context because it's a really good reveal. But the moment where what do I want to say? When Viral bitches out, and I'm not going to say Rossio, I'm going to say bitches out Gurren, saying that we'll be back, you son of a bitch. I'm not done. There's a really good moment with that later, and I can't say what it is because it's something I didn't see coming, and it added so damn much to every moment that he was in. It's freaking, I almost swore. It's so good. It is one of the best writing points of the entire series.
Ooh, that's something to look forward to later.
Oh, it's so good. And it's only like a 2-line thing. Oh, yeah, man. But anyway, it's probably going to be one of your favorite moments with Viral. I'm not going to lie.
I anticipate it. I anticipate this being like his crowning achievement.
It is. It is in the show wise for me liking him as a character. All of his actions, every one of them is just chef kiss beautiful in like a 2-second dialogue exchange. Oh. But I believe, and also we just have to add, I will never not laugh my ass off every time I watch this show and I get to hear Nia call Adine, you are a pissing off person, because she just doesn't understand language. And it's the best part of it. Like you said, it's very much like Starfire, except you get to hear Starfire say things, or Nia say things Starfire would never say.
Yep.
Like pissing off, beat the shit out of. What is a fist? It's just, what exactly is a human? That is the closest thing to what Starfire would have said. But man, they banged the casting out so well for this damn thing. It's so good. But anyway, you already said what you would have changed, so I'm really excited to hear what you said you would change in the next one. But we'll get to that. Because I don't know if there's anything, this last episode of this Simone Get Your Shit Together arc, which, by the way, when we put this up on the website, we're going to have to let Kiona and Josh know to tag that as what those 3 episodes are. All right. For those of you that don't know, these episodes also get uploaded at a certain place, which, Mike, where can they find you at?
Okay, so you guys can find me on Twitter and Instagram at CaptainK42. Look up all my quick thought reviews on letterboxd.com/CoachK42. Find me in all the various Facebook groups at my name. You can find these episodes on renegadepopculture.com. Need an escape? So do we. And you can check out all my other podcasts on that website or on Anchor, Spotify, Stitcher, Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen. But yes, these episodes will be posted on renegadepopculture.com. Thanks to our fearless leader, Kiona Tang.
Yes, and I'm very appreciative of that. Speaking of those podcasts, recently we did one on The Boys. And you could hear my rant about how that show has an obsession with breast milk, and I'm not okay with it.
Yes, definitely listen to our podcast, Capes.
Because, man, I did some digging and it goes deep, real deep. But yeah, you can find me on a lot of the Renegade Pop Culture podcasts. I'm being involved in a lot more of them lately because Mike, being an awesome friend, introduced me to Kiona and the whole group. Everyone over at Renegade Pop Culture is absolutely amazing. Great group of people. Please go check them out. Cannot say good enough things about them. And you can find me at everything Organoid Zero, including this YouTube channel, obviously, for watching it, but mostly over at Twitch. I stream on Mondays and Wednesdays and normally do game nights on Fridays. And I am working on getting something together where I game from everybody from RPC. But the problem is all of us are extremely busy, so I don't know when the hell it's going to happen, but damn it, I am going to try. So everybody, thank you very much for watching. I'm actually going to steal a line from Jules Gill from whatculture.com. We've been Mike and Brock. You've been awesome. Spin on, and we'll see you next time.
Peace.